Imagine having a web app that can render multiple pages at same time, or you can switch between pages without losing the context of the current page. It would be amazing, right? Yeah. But you don't have to imagine this anymore because Next.js came up with some pretty amazing routing features. They are intercepting and parallel routes. But what are intercepting and parallel routes? Parallel routes allow you to render one or more pages simultaneously or conditionally in a same layout. Intercepting routes allow you to load a route within the current layout without losing the context of the current page. It means that it can keep the context of the current page and load a route above the present page so that when you just get back, you have the context of the present page, the states and everything will be all over here. So you don't have to worry that anymore. So with both parallel and intercepting routes, you can take the interactivity of your web app to the next level. It's not important that you use them, but you can improve your interactivity with them. Yeah, I get it. You didn't understand them completely, but when you kind of understood what parallel and intercepting routes are, I'll explain you better along with some code. So you got your pretty normal app structure over here. So it's basically an app, a route, you have a page.tsx and a layout.tsx. So you know right what does layout.tsx do? So it takes your children and renders under a layout. You know that, right? So cool. Here where a twist comes in. So basically parallel routes are something like children itself. So you got your children and you got something else as well. So it's a parallel route. You render this along with your children in a route. So basically you got your layout out here and you got your children. So this is your children and this is a parallel route. So it can be, you can just name it anything. It can be parallel, it can be just name or a model. So basically you got your slash XYZ over here and you got your slash ABC over here and you're rendering both parallelly. So inside the same layout, you're just rendering both of them. So that's basically parallel routes. So how do you do with the code? So you just take the parallel route as a, so you just name at the rate parallel and you take it as a children as well. So this is a Nextgram application. So this is something by Next.js. They have just built it for testing purpose. So you can just go and try it out. This is the code base of it. So you just name whatever it is. So whatever it may be parallel, it may be model, or so whatever it is, you just take the same props dot model. And when you are having a TypeScript application, you are going to name it, you are going to just give it the react.node type and going to take it as a children. So similarly it works as children itself. So that's basically parallel routes. So let me basically explain you the intercepting routes. When I am on photos, it renders this. So basically when I just go to the photos, it will render this for me. But when I'm when I'm on feed, when I'm on my feed and but when I'm on my feed and I want to render a photo, it will render this instead. So instead of this, it will render this. So basically you can render it different, completely different layout based on the position where you are in. Suppose I'm on the explore page of the Instagram, it will render some different layout for me, some different page layout for me for the same route. You got the same route out there. You got the same route of photo slash ID, but it photo slash XYZ, whatever the ID may be. You got the same route out there. But when you're on the feed, it renders this for you, but and you're normally visiting the photo slash route, it renders this for you. So basically this is it. This is the intercepting routes. But when you combine both of them, you can do something very good. So when you combine both of them, you have a parallel route. Inside the parallel route, you got a page.tsx. So basically, this works like this. Uh, you got your normal parallel route and intercepting route. When you click on it, you can see the page changing over here. But when I reload this, I'm in a completely different page. So this completely different page is the route when I'm on directly this. So when I reload, my Next.js app will push me to this page. When I reload, it will push to this page. But when I'm just hovering over my feed, it will just render this page for me. I don't have to go to completely new page. I just want to see how my photo is, whatever it is. I'm seeing. So it renders this for me. And I can also just click back and I can have my context. Yeah, as I told you in the earlier video, I can just have my context. So the code goes like this. You can just have a model, and the naming conventions are like this. You have to name them accordingly. So basically, when you import, you go to slash dot dot hyphen component, right? So this photo is to in the model which is one dot, and when you go back one more route which is two dots, it's in this photos. So basically, you're going to photos slash ID, and you're rendering this page instead of this. So basically, you're rendering this instead of this. So this is this is the basic concept of Next.js parallel and app routes. Sorry, parallel and intercepting routes. So I have actually gone into some errors when I was customly implementing them. So basically, the default of JS might not look that important, but it's pretty important. When I just remove the default JS, I just moved it to trash. And when I reload it, it's the JavaScript application, so it gives me 404 error. It could not be found, but still renders the page over here. So and it gives me, yeah, it gives me 404 error, and on the top it renders the page. It's just JavaScript things. So this is the error I was facing. When you're on TypeScript, it just gives the 404 error. And I can just go to any page. I just go to this page also, it gives me 404 error. And I reload it, you can see this is the 404 error. Simple. So basically what it does is, when I was just trying to figure out what it does, so I have just gone through here. So what it says is, you can define a default.js. So when it renders the back, Next.js cannot recover the active state of the current URL. So basically, it might it is not able to recover the state of current URL when I'm trying to reload. So when I'm trying to reload, it cannot recover the current state immediately. So it just loads the default.js instead of the complete page. Once we got the complete page, it loads that page, or it keeps the default.js page as it is. So when I'm not having default.js page, it's skipping a step where it's skipping the default.js step. So it's just redirecting me to 404 error. That's the simple error I was facing. Even when you are using TypeScript, and mainly when you are using TypeScript, don't forget to include default.js page. So